DJ
reasonable. And this is
Bandana.
important to note as well. This is very important. As far as the police, like, I mean, dude, what do you expect having 40 people posted up in the middle of Birmingham? It doesn't, that never.
Damn, they done fired the white man. They done fired the white man. You know things is bad when they done fired the white man. Listen, Lush One responds to being fired from No Jumper because he put No Jumper, Wack 100, Adam 22, and the rest of the crew in the middle of a gang war. If you haven't checked out my last video, go check out the last video. We about to get into the footage right now. This is Lush One responding to being fired from No Jumper podcast. Will he be coming back, or will that be his last podcast with No Jumper ever? Hit that like button, hit that share button. Let's go.
I'm rolling loud and let down Tico, Texas. Free brick, matter of fact, that whole damn Rico reckless. I bitches know I pull out and I don't leave hoes pregnant. This whole summer, I'ma walk her down like Rico reckless. Clutch
DJ Bandana.
Here, I'm gonna keep it concise. I'm not even gonna wait for people to pop up. I'm just gonna do the live regularly. If you decide that you want to share this and let people know it's good, it's appreciated. First off, I just want to give a little bit of background. Known Travis Ford for a few years now. Always been a solid dude. Met him through the homie DJ Phrase. We did an interview on Lush World when we were back at the pop-up studio back in 2023, and it was cool. Good conversation, solid, and we've always had a good rapport ever since then, and I've always wanted to continue to try to work with him, vice versa. He always tapped in with me. Never really had a chance to spin the block with an interview again with him until about a month ago. Earlier this month, we wound up locking in the interview, and I had him come on the news. Now, he came through, brought a lot of people with him. Travis, if you know him, he's a party type dude. He turns up, he likes the bottle, and had the bottle with him, and it turned. I mean, despite there being like some weird moment where somebody supposedly tried to steal some merch, or I don't really know what the deal was with that. I never really got the full story. I know that Moneybag Rose was wrongly accused at one point, when in fact Bags was actually the one that was trying to return the merch. I didn't know that was even possible throughout like the deep haze of intoxication he was in at the moment, but he still managed to, throughout, despite that, and just, being in a really chaotic mood, still, you could tell he got a good moral compass because he was actually trying to return the clothing. So, shout some money back Rose for that. As far as, other than that, like the content was really good. We've been waiting to drop the interview. It was actually, oddly enough, gonna drop yesterday, or it was about to drop around this time, but it's probably not gonna come out now, or at least at the moment. I don't know if there's going to be a reconciliation in the future between, with Travis and all that. I just spoke to Travis actually, and it doesn't seem like he seems like to be in a better place. I don't think the energy he had as far as like how angry he was and turned up and pissed off is actually how he feels in his heart, and definitely wasn't the energy when we was on the phone. But just to I've been wanting to bring him back. I completely fucked up as far as the protocol, and I did not realize just like kind of how faded I was, and I'd been kind of just in this getting fucked up and making music mode, and I was so just in that zone that I kind of lost sight and wasn't really making the best decisions or remembering certain things. Now, Travis is a dude that sends a lot of texts. I'm not trying to, get on, like, talk shit or be mean, but Travis sends like a ridiculous amount of texts and Instagram messages to the point where it's impossible for any normal person to like keep up with them or even respond. Like damn near there's been months where he's having a conversation with himself in my inbox, respectfully. But we had talked the other day. Apparently, I don't even remember this part, but apparently, when we were on my live stream, well, we got on the phone and he said, like, yo, I'm bringing the homies with me, Blue Cinco. And I fuck with Blue Cinco. You feel me? Blue Cinco is a real ass dude. Poncho's a real dude. There's a lot of Rick Rock. There's a whole group of dudes. The other, I think Danger is the other dude's name. The dude that's a Poondaga's artist. All really solid dudes. But I thought that like that Travis, come in with me, maybe get him on the news with one of his homies or something. I should have been communicating better, but I was so deep in the weeds with my bullshit that I didn't, and I did not communicate. Adam, not a single member of the staff had any clue whatsoever that this was going on. Now, Travis had been texting me. I was like, yeah. Now, he sent me one text where he's like, I'm coming through. I'm bringing, you feel me? Like, I'm bringing me a cake and the hood and a party. And when he said a party, I'm thinking like, oh, okay, he's going to bring the heme because he stay off the heme. So I was like, all right. Like, I did not realize the full extent of how deep it would be. Like, I thought he was going to bring a few people. Now, even that is wrong because I didn't talk to anybody about it. And I was just, that was completely my part. And that's not going to happen again. Adam had no clue that this dude was going to come through, which made it like 100 times worse. And I wound up this morning, I was kind of try to test the waters and shoot the text. He like, hey, is it cool if I do this today? Da 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 da. Instead, I wound up having a little situation that kind of distracted me, and then by the time I kind of came to, I'm getting a call from Josh, and he's like, yo, what the fuck is going on, Lush? There is 30, 40, I don't even know the total amount of people, but there's never like, the only time this amount of people showed up at No Jumper was probably like during that incident with the essays when they got pissed off and they slid through. And that wasn't even at this studio. That was the old studio and pulled up 100 deep or whatever. Like, but I've never seen one single group, like even like when bigger rappers, I've never seen an entourage of this capacity. Now, there's shouts to Taco Pete was gonna come through. Apparently, he had 60 tacos made. Shouts to the people that made the cake. There is a No Jumper cake. Apparently, there is a billboard, and that was the first. It was just like, look, that was the first thing that I was like, whoa. And I even spoke to Travis at that moment. I was like, look, like everybody got a dip. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even before then, I was like, yo, don't be rolling up too deep like you did last time. Like, if anything, I'm trying to get the focus on you. Like, you having a bunch of other people there. Now, again, that was probably against my better judgment, considering other people had warned me that, like, yo, this guy is a bad look for No Jumper. And despite being told that, and despite my better judgment, I still went ahead with it. And that's not to disrespect Travis, but it's just simply the facts of what happened. But Adam had no clue. He's over there doing, like, apparently he was doing like plug talk stuff or whatever. What I was supposed to do that day is the news and then a hood blog in Pasadena, which we did. Both of those things happened. And it was it was a really crazy day, but regardless, so when the guys showed up, I told them to dip, and like honestly, things could have been made correct most likely if, and when I was like, look guys, what y'all got to do, just dip, go over to there's a Wingstop and there's a motherfucking bar less than a mile away, like 0.4 miles away or point whatever. It's a close proximity away. You can go post up, you feel me? Like do your thing and we'll get this figured out. But there's no capacity wherever this many people are able to be at No Jumper. Wack got on the phone with him, let him know. It was like a whole crazy situations. You feel me? whole crazy situation. And and then when they pulled up, they're like, "Yo, Lush, come outside." So I came outside to talk to them because I'm not a bitch. You feel me? Like I'm gonna go and address it. I knew I'd made a mistake, and I'm trying to kind of talk to them and make it copacetic or reach, which I'm still like in the future. I would like to work with Blue Cinco. I'd like to work with. I'd like to chop it up. I know that you know. Pancho, that's a really respected dude. You know, he did a lot of time. Blue Cinco, really respected dude. And I would like to, and they're coming on some positive shit, trying to push peace in the community. That's literally the objective. That's why, like, the cake apparently had East Side, West Side, talking about unity and all that. So, no, my parents got a way nicer living room than this, homie. This is my living room. But I'm using my Sharp Rob. Put on Do Not Disturb. So let me know if that fucked my audio up when people call. Let me know if that fucked up the audio. Yeah, I'm still Abby and the Dabby, of course, dude. Of course, it's Abby and the Dabby. Yeah, yeah. So of course, like the people that were there to work with Plug Talk, I'm sure were like not psyched about that. It's like the worst possible time that could happen. There's like a bunch of precarious characters outside or just any people lingering and just to the point where Adam has no clue what's going on. We're not equipped. We don't even have like the staff that's there is not equipped to even do that type of content. So I made a huge retarded mistake and just was not using my mind and didn't organize shit properly. So I'll take that on the chin. But for people to hold No Jumper responsible in any capacity, for people to hold Adam responsible in any capacity is completely wrong. Now, again, I had no clue that they were going to be showing up this deep. I knew there was going to be Travis and a couple people. You know, when he said he's bringing Taco Pete, I'm assuming he's bringing the food. I didn't know that, like, Taco Pete is amongst, 20 different... There is, like, literally, I want to say 10 to 20 cameramen that were there. I don't even know what the purpose was for all that. But regardless, not Adam's fault, not No Jumper's fault, my retarded ass fault. So what I'm gonna do is, you feel me, take this time off for the next week to get right, and I'll see y'all next week. Everything is good. Don't let the rumors circulate. I am still No Jumper fully. You feel me? Ain't nothing like that. But this is going to be the catalyst for a learning experience and getting right. And I'm now like one of my biggest takeaways from this, especially talking to Wack. He gave me some really good advice. I can't make myself so accessible moving forward. You feel me? Like I can't move myself that accessible. I have to make sure that if people want to get to me, there's going to have to be a protocol because I'm way too nice and I say yes to too many things. And if I'm not, and I have so much going on, if I'm not able to like coordinate all the details, some things get lost in the sauce. I'm going to need somebody else to do the majority of the coordinating on my behalf, unless it's like somebody that I need to reach out to directly or people that I'm already working with and all that. So again, my apologies to No Jumper, Adam. It's all love. I appreciate y'all stalling me out because it could have done me slimier. And I think if it wasn't for how much, per them, how, doing a pretty good, damn good job recently and working really hard, it probably would have turned out worse. So I got to use this time to kind of reflect, get right. And I've been going so hard. I haven't given myself any breaks. So I'm really like to just step off of the internet until I come back next week and completely, although I do kind of want to tap in and do some more music streams in the meantime, just to stay sharp because I'm on such a wave in that regard, which I'll continue to do so. So, again, and also, yeah, apologies to all the people that showed up. I know a lot of them came from out of town and all that, and that will be made right, will be made correct, and that's on me, not on them. So all this, energy towards Adam, all this energy towards No Jumper, like come at me with that, not them. And I know that most people have talked to the majority of all people involved, and we're at a point now where people want a peaceful resolution, and we can make it chill, and it ain't got to be no bullshit. So with that being said, all my energy for the ops remains the same. It's still, you feel me, still Abby and a Dabby. It's still, Sharp still missed his rent a center bill and is inadequate and preys on emotionally vulnerable women who have been molested in order to make a profit. So that doesn't change. Nothing else changes. And no, there's really nothing for anybody that don't fuck with me. There's nothing for y'all to love here because it's just me being me. Obviously, I made a mistake. We all do that. I make a million mistakes, but I learn from them and I grow from them every time. And I will see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all. Matter of fact, I might see y'all sooner if I decide to do a music stream on Friday. And bitch, this is my place. Oh, that's funny. I thought that was a fake rich trapper in there. Yeah, bitch, this is my place, you fucking clown. The fuck? But yeah, so with that being said, any questions, now would be your time. I'm not really trying to linger for super long, but if there's any legitimate questions, let me know. Yes, I'm definitely looking to do a music stream with Ralphie. Absolutely. No, I'm definitely not on Scante. I just saw it said Grinder. I thought it was a fake Rich Trapper account. Making fun of him. So, DA, I missed your comment, but no, I'm like, I can't even blame this on drugs, but I was like stupid faded, like making music and shit. But this is like just me being dumb and biting off more than I can chew and just like not play. It's a lot of the same pattern. Like it's an issue of mine that I've had in so many capacities that I really need to address. And this is kind of like a huge wake up call. So I'm actually grateful that this happened and it's cool. And I'm happy about it. But why didn't you let Travis Ford in No Jumper? Well, by the time Travis came back, his energy was crazy. Fools were like literally like deep in the double digits deep. And I'm not going to say his energy was crazy, but he was like, I was trying to reason with people, and it was like, shouts to the homie Rick Rock, 562 Rick Rock from Long Beach, because he was like, he understood and was being very reasonable. And I feel like if other people had that same mentality, we could have made something work. We could have knocked something out. But then even before it could be rectified, unfortunately, Travis, in his inebriation, went straight to fuck No Jumper, blah, 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 and said a bunch of other shit and attacked Adam. And normally when that happens, like, it's kind of difficult to come back from. So that's unfortunate on his behalf. Because I would, it's sad that interview might not, most likely is not dropping. And there's incredible content in that interview. And I don't know, it's on No Jumper if they want Travis to come back. I think as of now, it's kind of burnt. But because regardless, like it didn't need to go down like that. And he went super hard on Adam, and then we wound up having another conversation where he said a bunch of other crazy shit, but I'm just gonna keep that to myself for now. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, no, I honestly, at this point have learned my lesson, and I really think that if anything, I'll do a stream with Travis on Lush World. You feel me? Like he can come stream with me. If he want to fuck with No Jumper, cannot be the liaison. He's gonna have to talk to Adam directly at this point. But yeah, that's that player. Well, so this is a good question. Unbiased comment said is if Travis texts you, I'm bringing the hood. Why would you think that's 2 or 3 people? Because the hood I thought was referring to neighborhood, and Blue Cinco is, you feel me, a reputable from over there. So I figured, okay, he's bringing, big dog from neighborhood. I didn't realize that was I literally didn't. It didn't even occur to me. Although he did bring a lot of people before, we had spoke after that. I was like, bro, that's too many people. If anything, we gonna focus on you next time, because he barely even got to get his shit off. There were so many people in there, you know. Yeah, that's that. I will have some meet and greets in the future. What am I like? I know who Heart of Iron 9 is. That's the homie. So I'm curious as to what he's referring to. Yeah, my no jumper DP is me taking a seat for the next week. That is the podcast equivalent of a DP. No. I did not know, bro. There is no if I thought in my mind that he was gonna be rolling this deep, no way. I like no fucking way. But regardless, it was retarded to me, and it's my fault that they were there, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, I literally while he said it on if you look back at that call while he said it on the phone, I was like, it don't matter though. Like I fucked up. I fucked up. I put Adam in a bad situation. I put the team in the bad situation, put the building in a bad situation. That's fucking absolutely retarded. And I'm not going to say I'm not retarded because I make dumbass mistakes sometimes. But I learned from it, and it's going to be, tomorrow's a new day to do better, learn and grow. I ain't tripping. Foot still on the ops next, still grinding, still pushing no jumper, not tripping. You feel me? It is what it is. And yeah, if Travis had a little bit more common sense, this wouldn't have happened. I'm not going to say that, but regardless, I can't even put it on Travis. Like, this is more my fault than anybody else's. Like, for just not, I shouldn't have even said yes to the other interview. Like, her having him come back. The first one hadn't even dropped yet. Like, why? Why? It's just because he's so persistent and excited, and I wanted to, I'm pushing with him. I was like, okay, you feel me? Like all those fools showed a lot of love. Also, I want to say shout out to 80 Bands. 80 Band's a really good dude. I fuck with him. That's my dog. I would like to continue to work with him. I'm not sure if he's still managed by Christopher Lovejoy, but he's a good dude. So, shouts to 80 Bands. So, yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't get the cake. I should have like had them throw it in my face or something, like TBH, or brought it in or something. We could have done something cool with the cake. It looked absolutely delicious. Shouts to the baker. That's fucked up because I really do think, regardless, all the people that came with good intentions, and they were excited. They were that excited about being a part of No Jumper. And No Jumper means so much to the West Coast, in particular. You know what I mean? It's like a rite of passage and a badge of honor for artists on the come up. So, that's pretty much it, fellas. Okay, so Juju Rose said, nah, they were wilding and put you in a bad situation. I will say that there's truth to that as well. They definitely did. But at the end of the day, I allowed it to happen. I'm a grown-ass man. I got to take accountability. I do think that Travis and them did put me in a bit of a bad situation, especially when people weren't willing to be reasonable. Oh, and this is important to note as well. This is very important. As far as the police, dude, what do you expect having 40 people posted up in the middle of Birmingham? That never happens. Like I said, in all my time at No Jumper, there's never been that many people posted on that block where we are at. That is not the place for that. And it was inevitable. I'm surprised it took the cops that long to pull up. There's all of those neighbors over there are, that's an industrial area. They're all have businesses, and that is not the type of energy or element that they want over there like that. So any one of the neighbors could have called the Johnnies. That is 100% No Jumper. No, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense, but yep. So I'm going to take a little bit of time off from the jump ski, and I will be back next week. And I do once again apologize. Yeah, very not Burbank Boulevard, but we are in the city of Burbank. Not fool. I don't cry. I'm not a bitch like Yuri. The fuck? I don't know what the fucking I know, right? Not me and the Lakers on the same night. But just the chat's moving kind of quick, so I'm sorry if I'm missing shit. And I'm using my Sharp streaming method, aka the telephone. What? I'm chilling, gang. The fuck? I'm I'm chilling, and I think this is probably a God moment. This is good for me. I need to recalibrate. Need to get my mental right. Need to rethink some things and come back stronger. That's it. You feel me? Ain't that serious. With that being said, I mean it's serious. I don't want to undermine or minimize that, but 100%, this is my fucking dumbass fault. All right, like there's only one person to blame, and I'm glad that the people that are close to me are around me right now, and again, they help me get my head in the game and move properly because that was fucking retarded. And I am going to continue to build Lush World, but nah, all of y'all, as much as you guys wish and want and pray, I know that, Ralph Sinatra is getting top from a trans as we speak, like praying that I'm fired. Unfortunately, that is not the case for you, that is. And I'm still out here pushing lines, and grateful for the position that I'm in and the relationships that I have in and out of No Jumper. So we going to be solid, gang. Yeah, no, my finances are straight. Absolutely. Yeah, Travis is banned at this point. Per my understanding, Travis Ford is banned. Like I said, if he wants to come on my platform and talk about it, I'm open to that. But I'll let Adam say that if that's the case for sure, because I don't want to speak for him. But per my understanding, I don't think people are super psyched on his energy at the moment, especially after it. Probably a lot of this could have been avoided to that extent if he didn't make that post afterwards. And then when we got on the phone, it was, I don't know, bro. I don't fucking know, bro. But any final questions before I Skype out of here? This is definitely not a pro club. This is it's like I forget what it is. This is an expensive shirt though. I ain't gonna lie. Not expensive. It was like $100 shirt. I got a few years ago. How's the eye? Don't really here. Don't even look at my eye right now. You can tell it's a little swollen, but it don't look that bad. It was crazy. That shit was hurting throughout the day, like a motherfucker. But it's cool. It's cool. Spent some time with my family, my close ones, and guess great. No, Adam didn't yell at me. You know what I'm saying? He was definitely not happy with me. He avoided. He didn't want to talk to me because he was mad. But you feel me? We spoke via text, and I had a long talk with Josh. So everything's straight. You feel me? And I will see y'all later. Much love. Appreciate it. Any final questions? Oh yeah, and by the way, run up all the new music. If you do see me, it'll probably only be right here on a music stream in a few days, and then when I go back to work. But until then, yeah, I've been dropping fire. The newest one, Rico Reckless, is probably crazy, but I also dropped White Brick Baby, Abigail, Germ Does All the Chores, and Ralph Sinatra Gets Top from a Tranny. So that's 5 new bangers. Other songs might drop in the interim as well, but we going crazy. I think that it's some of the hardest, craziest, most unhinged, and most genuine music I've ever made. Crazy to find my artistic voice at the ripe old age of 72, but fuck it. We'll see if it can crack fucking 73 views. But it don't matter because I'm pretty psyched on it regardless. But alright. With that being said, yes, I will be doing a music stream. Appreciate you, Astro. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for the love, and I'm gone. Again, final thought. Yeah, get on my helmet. Anyone that's mad, get on my helmet. Trip on me. Don't be tripping on No Jumper. Don't be tripping on Adam or anybody else, because this is on Uno. All right? This is on Uno. So get on my helmet, player. All right? Y'all be smooth. Enjoy your evening. And anybody, Anybody out there that fuck with the kid, just know I appreciate you. And we about this biatch out this biatch. See y'all.
I'm rolling loud and let down Tico, Texas. Free brick, matter of fact, that whole damn Rico reckless. I bitches know I pull out and I don't leave hoes pregnant. This whole summer, I'ma walk her down like Rico reckless. Clutch